Hello YouTube and welcome back to part 49. I'm not going to necessarily waste anyone's time because this just came out 5 minutes ago, so let's get to it. And judging by the thumbnail, I think I know what's going to come up. Chris, in the very mundane fashion of begging forthright for money on YouTube. So let's see if this lives up to it. So if you guys ready, in fact, I'll tell you what, let me just, there we go, and go. Oh boy, I can't even remember the last time I did it this late into the night.
What made her this way? What is the attraction?
God bless Gino's heart for really doing this.
What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Christian.
I need some water because I still have some work to do afterwards, and don't worry guys, it's just sparkling water. Part 49. Extra licks.
On February 28th, 2016, Christine made a YouTube video to commemorate Pokemon Day.
I know it's a day late and quote $1 short, but happy Pokemon Day! It was yesterday on February 27th. National Pokemon Day, apparently, or so it's called.
So where's Snorlax?
As it came out to be in Japan, in Japan at least. Anyway, because it inspired Sonic and Roshi, we are definitely honoring that a little bit. I mean, in 4 years' time, it will be Sonic Shoes' 20th anniversary, very much as well. As everybody would, as those who actually know that well enough to be. Regardless of Sonic being a combination Sonic and Pikachu on that note, on the originality, but it's inspired by, not copying, inspired. Because, you know, the aside from the origin story, of which is still going on strong and undisputed,
I'm not sure about
and whatnot and everything, we have our own complete different stories between either which. I mean, Sonic and Roshi, they actually end up getting married and having children. And they still protect the city of Quickville, Virginia, from the forces of evil who want to make true love and sweet emotions illegal so that everybody would be...
What about homosexuality, Chris? Is that still a thing, or what?
unhappy. That's... yeah. As we have gotten impressions that it might be illegal in Virginia. For one person, at least, throughout my life, that's what inspired the story. And possibly a little bit of Sarah Moon in that too, but that's a whole different territory. So, yep, happy anniversary Pokemon. And thank everybody for their continued support in my things and everything. Have a great and happy and safe day. Thank you.
Well, that was just...
Darn it.
Also on that day, she made a post on Facebook regarding her request for a new PlayStation 4. I have a short announcement I feel need to get off of my breasts about the PS4 for Quickville Shopping Store credit on the voucher, alright? I wish I could offer something unique for a PS4, but the facts are, aside from new book pages, I'm not psychic or a mind reader. I offered the voucher because then, depending on what the person wants to choose from the store, that is unique, as she can get the specific figures they want, and or books, and or medallions, commissions, whatever. I feel just flabbergasted and disappointed in that those of you all who do not understand and appreciate fully the opportunity to have such a unique shopping experience.
Bloody stupid mouse. The experience of buying a $100 piece of artwork that a 9-year-old could create.
That I can offer for a give or take about $100 plus or minus difference. OMG! On March 7th, Christine announced that a certain Miss Cagney Lynn Moore had purchased for her a new PlayStation 4 with a blue controller and a PlayStation camera. She also allegedly had already redeemed her voucher for Chris's Etsy store, and her purchases would be ready for her within the next couple of months. Chris also shared the first video she made using the new camera.
Hello, this is Christine Chandler. My first ever broadcast and recording through my new PlayStation 4.
Just look at that background, ladies and gentlemen. That is just... It makes me want to claw out my own eyes and smear them on the screen. That is just... My OCD is going to burn this room, all these pieces down. What's the retail for all of these, by the way? This must be nearly $1,000 or something like that, including the plush toys. That's just... I'd rather purchase the walls. The walls look better value than all this.
Given to me graciously from Cagney Lynn Moore of Seattle, Washington. She was very generous. It was the typical black version, yes, but
typical black version, Chris. No. How about you just don't even think about labeling anything as typical. Just say thank you, Chris. It shouldn't come down to color. It's not important. Oh, wait a minute. This is the same guy who pepper sprayed because of Sonic's blue arms. Why was I thinking anything different?
But she gave me a blue controller also, so that's a big plus. And I had already bought the camera, so that's okay. Anyway,
Okay.
So I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Call me old-fashioned, guys, but he doesn't look very grateful. Is that just me, or am I going crazy?
Cagney, very much. Is there a camera lag? No, seems okay. Anyway, so I don't know what else to think of on my mind right now. So, well, I can see more of my area. So, alright, so I've just been telling you, I got the PS4 last Friday, and it's been good. My only disappointment is that it doesn't allow me to play my downloaded my PS3 games digitally, the digital version. So, I mean, I was expecting that. I was looking forward to importing the Little Big Planet data and games from my PS3 onwards. I guess I'll have to start from scratch on the LBP3 software. But soon I will be recording and sharing the commentary on watching the entire autism tutorial here through my new PS4 and the camera. So, thank you again, Cagney. Y'all have a good, safe day. I get this thing to stop. Oh. Don't want it on there. I'm done with this. Okay, now I'm starting to get a little ticked here. How do you get this thing to stop? Ah.
Her Trostrom Gal.
I'm glad he put that in there. That's just a funny little thing to add.
Pal Kim Wilson later wrote a Facebook comment allegedly revealing evidence that Christine had bought the PS4 herself from the mail order company Fingerhut, and asked to clarify her original Facebook post, which stated that Cagney Lynn had bought for Chris the game console.
Sorry guys, it just occurred to me that yes, that is true. Chris just bought the console himself and lied about somebody doing something this, so Chris could continue to act disingenuous.
Chris never addressed this comment. Other Kiwi Farms members discovered that if the donor was indeed fictitious, Chris could have derived her name from the porn actors Cagney Lynn Carter and Kevin Moore, who have appeared in several pornographic films together and were featured within Christian's collection of porn DVDs, which he was trying to sell through eBay in late 2013. Also on that day, Chris wished a certain Tom a happy birthday for filling a paid video request.
So anyway, yeah, I realize it's a day late for your birthday, Tom, but, I was still setting up the PS4 I just got and everything, so this works out pretty well. At least I get to stand and do this and that, and I got a little bit more room and everything. Alright, well, anyway. So, here's the request from your sweetheart. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, Mr. Thomas. Yeah.
the shake? What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, whatever. Go yourselves.
What was that? What did he just... I don't want to know. Forget it.
Well, I hope that was money well spent from your sweetheart.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Have a good day.
It was not money well spent. No way in hell was that well spent. And he still doesn't know how to turn this off.
Also in early March, QB Farms member Master Disaster conducted his 4th interview with Christine, posing as Sir Arthur Spatchcock.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's been so long, I want to catch up a little bit. Like, you know, how's everything over in America with your politics?
I don't know much about politics, but I know what I like. And I definitely had taken it under consideration, the qualities of Obama, before I voted for him and compared him with McCain in 2008.
Yeah, right now, Donald Trump's making quite an ass of himself, isn't he?
Yes, I don't care much for him, which is among the reasons I'm definitely voting for Hillary Clinton if I get to in November.
Oh, you like her platform?
Well, actually, more like I feel like this country is long overdue for a woman's touch.
Yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Chris's political stances do not stretch anything beyond a need for a woman's touch, whatever the hell that means.
That's it?
Exactly.
Among which, and definitely I would not put Trump in. I'd rather send him to the dump. Send Trump to the dump.
You know, that's an eloquent, campaign title right there. I like that.
Huh.
Trump
That's
to
funny.
the dump.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, so let's get this over with. What do you need to know for the final part of this?
Well, to be perfectly honest, we were ready to set up a contract about a few weeks ago, but I couldn't get a hold of you. It was going to be like a $5 million sign-on contract and everything. It was going to be a big deal. But when I couldn't get a hold of you, they thought that you simply lost interest, and I told them you hadn't. But
Yeah,
for the...
I had not lost interest, but really, I would feel better setting up such a deal, through my associates as well. I mean...
But anyway, so it got kind of pushed onto the back burner. It's not dead yet, but
Right.
I have to put a little more emphasis in getting it restarted again.
Okay.
But don't worry
well-
about that. I'm not going to give up on you, Chris. I want to see this happen.
Okay, that's good.
But one of the things I have to say is when someone looked up Sonichu to help set up the contract, something caught our attention.
What's up?
Apparently...
Does Chris just have a TV on in the background? Is he watching porn? And what is that vibrating sound? Is that Disaster's part of the phone? What's going on?
Nobody, at this moment, actually owns the legal rights to Sonichu. Apparently,
what rights?
Apparently, the last time that a patent was put out on Sonichu, it wasn't put down as a product so much as an associate.
Well, I don't know the total difference. I did make the copyright into the D.C. Library of Congress a few years ago, and my associates are helping me recapitulate and get all that back up to date. Among which,
Okay, you
yes.
definitely want to do that because you wouldn't want somebody to steal that.
All right. Yeah, and this call, we do not want this call that we're talking about right now to be put on to the internet at all.
Oh boy.
Because we're talking business here, and I don't want to have anything overheard by the wrong people.
Oh, absolutely, I understand. Now, something else, your associate and I, we were talking and they mentioned something just the other day. You finally got your PS4 you've been after. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Her name escapes me at the moment, but yeah, I wrote it down. Yeah, Cagney Lane Moore of Seattle, Washington. She sent that to me.
Ah, she gifted it to you.
Yes, and I sent her the voucher to the Quickville shop.
And I was going to ask, have you considered starting a Let's Play channel?
Let's play. What does that mean?
Well, Let's Play is a popular YouTube group of people, not really like an association or a group, literally, but what you do is you record yourself playing games and then you upload them online, because it's real easy to do on PS4. I have a PS4, and I could teach you how to do it. If you start a Let's Play channel, you can put ads on it and create a small amount of ad revenue.
Yes, I've already set up an account with AdSense, and I've opted in and set up monetization among the videos, so I've gotten that started.
Well, if I'm going to join you on PlayStation 4, we should play a game together.
Alright, what's your favorite PS4 game?
Well, I have a lot of games, and unfortunately a lot of my favorite ones simply aren't multiplayer. However, I do know one game on the PlayStation 4 Marketplace that is a game where we could play against each other.
The two then discuss the possibility of playing an online game against each other, eventually settling on the PS4 version of the card game, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, well, I'll let you go. You have a good day.
Yes, you take care as well.
We'll talk again later on.
I wasn't ready for that. Did that actually happen? Those two play Yu-Gi-Oh on the PS4?
Okay.
Alright, take care.
All right, take care, Christine.
Alright, bye now.
Goodbye.
On March 8th, Christine made a YouTube video to celebrate International Women's Day.
It's Christine Chandler coming live from her house. I just been reminded that today is International Women's Day, so I want to wish wish all the women a happy one, a safe one too. I support women's rights and their freedom to choose and what they do and everything. My eyes are up here.
I know they
Okay.
are, Chris, don't worry.
Yeah. So anyway, be sexy as you like, ladies. Sexy too. Look at my booty.
Well, that's gonna be the subject of my nightmares tonight. I'm not gonna sleep for days after that. Maybe that's something I could use my time off, my week off work for therapy.
And also, if you're free to do that, so free the nipple. D-cups.
Thank goodness Gino had the sense to censor those. Thank you, Lord Gino Samuel.
Lady cups. Enjoy them. Everybody have a good day. Do what you like. Especially for the remainder.
Chris managed to be sexist, misogynistic, and hypocritical at the exact same time in the same video. I've had enough of that.
Even though I'm just putting this in at the near last minute. Have a good day.
Chris, how do you not know how to do this by this point? That's just...
On March 11th, Chris shared a video from Watch Mojo concerning Japanese anime characters with social troubles. She reflected that in addition to autism, she had other social problems, which she was certain were less severe than those of many others. She added that the very act of people keeping their eyes on their phones was also seen as a social problem, and encouraged people to face socializing offline, describing the act as award-worthy. The next day, Christine and Master Disaster, posing as Arthur Spatchcock, held an online match of Yu-Gi-Oh! In an attempt to encourage her to start up a habit of making Let's Plays in order to create some additional ad revenue. Master Disaster later recounted his experience of the game.
So Chris doesn't technically have a badge, so he's got like, what's this, Blast Jug? This is like, Brave Scissor or something like this. That's Labyrinth Tank, Polymerization. So, who's, okay, okay, this is Blue Water, this is Disaster, that's Chris. Chris uses Labyrinth Tank and all that. Black Pendant, Call of the Haunted, 7 completed. Not quite sure what this trap is supposed to be. That's kind of interesting, something I actually recognize on sight.
Game. First, I used to play this game way back in yonder days. I was pretty good at it, since it's really just math and reading effects and shit. It wasn't too complicated when it first came out. Chris was using a pre-built deck by the looks of it. It uses some weird-ass summoning system where you can pretty much just keep summoning and fusing monsters over and over. Chris was just doing it just to do it. No strategy, no planning, just randomly doing shit because the game prompted him to do so. Out of the found rounds we played, I trounced him the first 2 easily. I had to dial back and let him win once I heard the stress sign. The 3rd round was pretty much given to him, but the 4th round he actually seemed to finally have it down on how to use his cards. This is mentioned in the 4th call, but I can share it here without Chris feeling betrayed. But I actually bought Chris the game because I set up a wager with him. We're going to play a 2 out of 3 match. If I win, Chris is supposed to draw new Sonichu pages, and if he wins, I get him a new PS4 game. Despite having her microphone on, Chris said that she was not in the mood for talking and did not speak at all for the entire 1-hour match. On March 14th, it was revealed on the Kiwi forums that Chris's mother, Barbara, was being sued by Discover Bank for unpaid debts. 2 days later, she attended her hearing at the Green General District Court, where she was found guilty and ordered to pay a fine of $4,706.93. On March 20th, Christine livestreamed her reaction and commentary over her 7-part autism tutorial animation, which was originally created.
Hang on, just if Chris is going to be doing this, I'll tell you what, I'll move my camera over here, and I'll tell you what, I'll try and face this way so it kind of looks like I'm looking at the screen, even though I'm looking at nothing because my second monitor is here. But we'll give this a go anyway. Let's give this a whirl, shall we? So let's see how this works.
In the game Little Big Planet 2 in 2011.
I mean, yeah, originally this was quite a more painstaking effort than I had planned originally, especially because to view the tutorial as originally uploaded from Little Big Planet 2 on PlayStation 3, it ended up my character being left shirtless. So using the PlayStation 3 version of Little Big Planet 3, I had to put a new shirt on my character, and also just go ahead and quell a few haters to comment on this. But I mean, I'm not fat, I'm losing the weight, and also, so what if I vent about nearly at the end of each part of the autism tutorial? I have my own rights too. I'm human.
Yeah, do you also have the right to wish death upon people and wish places would burn to the ground, Chris? What about the rights of other people who may not want those to happen? Also, ironically, Chris would say that when his own house burned down.
We're human. We're all human. All right? And don't go lying that you're saying you're an alien. All right?
Chris, I wasn't.
All right, so with all that aside, here's the tutorial, and I'm commenting. Sonichu no Shield available on Etsy. Everything. Books, all that. Okay? Thank you.
Wow, he ran his own
Just
ad and...
putting the plug there.
My name is Christian Weston Chandler, alias Christopher.
I wonder how some people actually are able to cope with listening to their own voices, you know?
And opinions.
I think my voice was more high-pitched way back then.
Dude, have your children before like 40 or 50?
Not to insult Mr. C, my late father, who, rest in peace in the Monticello Memory Gardens, but he was literally 52, 53, 52 going on 53 in 1980 upon my conception, which that definitely backs up the theory about the father's age being a factor and bringing on more likely autism in the child, because I've been cursed with it.
Even after I apologized.
I waited literally since part 34 for Chris to finally realise it might have been in part to his father why Chris was born with autism. But he still looks at it as a curse because of Roach, which we all know that's completely not true, and it's you're not cursed with that. Chris's idea of cursing is somehow miraculous even to this day, and we're going to see what he thinks about retracting his statement about what he said about Michael Snyder. Let's see how he does this.
To her for portraying
Slow
her
you!
in my books. would not accept my apology.
Chloe
and she banned
O'Ryan!
me
Oh, that
from the
reminds
grounds
me.
of Piedmont, Virginia
In the
Community College.
video, I said, it's
I
not
hope
me, my
you
name
get
is not
fired.
Ian Brandon Anderson. Never ever.
Oh, he's
I
really
said
And I also hope that the
IBA as in IBA.
Show.
Stop taking things direct, literally. It's just, that was terrible. You don't make up a name from an
That's all my ranting for
acronym
right
like
now.
that. That's all the ranting for right now. And I'm still ranting off and on today. Yeah, but it's just I have so much in my mind of where was I in thought. Shoot. That's another blank mind instant right there. I lost my train of thought.
Good results upon if they are easy to look at.
I tend to mirror people and to mirror somebody, definitely a low-functioning person.
That I can
That's
easily
not good for
understand
me
them.
at all. I mean,
Well, why did you do it, Chris? Think about what you do, Chris. Seriously, you can't just. Oh wait, what is the point? This happened 5 years ago. If Chris didn't learn or catch on, well, actually, I'll tell you what. Let's see if he does learn. Let's see if he does realize where he went wrong.
if you are typical or likely to mirror anybody else, would you rather mirror a low-functioning person than...
disfigured, especially in the face.
Yeah, I'd rather be mirroring a normal person.
Okay, forget it. Forget what I just said. He's learned fucking nothing from thinking that this depiction of mentally handicapped people is generally
And that's a big reason why, in the end, I do not want my sweetheart to be
I apologize for
autistic.
anyone who
And it's
feels
definitely also to
that
reduce the
unable to
risk
hear
of
what I just
autism
said,
in my
that
future
it's
children.
the way I feel.
And that's regardless
That's
of
all.
what you haters are going to say right now, aren't you? Aren't you?
Chris. Why would it matter that much if your children were born autistic or not? Why would that make any difference? Are you trying to tell me, Chris, after any instance I've tried to defend you, even back during Blue Spike, even all the way back to the impressive rendition of Animal Crossing you did in Part 2, are you trying to tell me now, Chris, that if you had children, you would not love them if they had autism? Are you actually trying to tell me, Chris, that the only reason you do not want to date autistic people is because you don't want your kids to have autism? Because you don't even think it's nothing to do with science or neurological conditioning now, do you, Chris? You only look at autism as a curse, and somehow a child being cursed, even if it's your own, completely hinders your attempt to love, care, nurture, feed, look after, financially support. I have to be very, very, very careful with what I do next. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the recording now, splice this into the second half, but because by that time, I think I would have just about completely lost my mind. I feel like I'm ready to literally take a jackhammer and destroy everything in my room, just to make me feel better, because, Chris, from what I've gathered, is that you just almost admitted right there and then you would not love your children even if they had autism. I'm going to see you guys very shortly. Right, okay, we're back. After I've spent the last 24 minutes calming down, I think we're ready to continue. Just to let you know, Chris, just before we continue, thank you so much, Chris. Now I am thoroughly convinced that I'm better than you. I'm just saying, but thank you very much, Chris. I really owe a lot to you for doing this.
Keep your comments to yourselves.
Oh, too late for that.
Not me. Not my fault. Failed to load level. That's hardly my fault.
Please put your hands together for
a Space Ghost Coast to Coast parody of
Asperger.
An interview. Funny. And I still feel very ill at him.
I'm not...
Because he's a male.
I'm not pausing this again. I am not gonna flip my lid twice in this video. Because now what you're telling me, Chris, is that forgetting about what you said about Mr. Hans Asperger, now you're just saying it's just because he's male. I am absolutely done thinking that I can care about this man this man anymore. Or whatever the hell he's supposed to be. I couldn't give a shit.
Mr.
Hey,
Asperger.
to not actually put actual thought in the character, I felt it quite valid to just kept it one-liner, and then to make that the running gag. It's still funny.
On autistic psychopaths. Isn't that right, Hans? Yeah. Do you feel bad about having a name that sounds like a bad cut of cow meat? Yeah. I apologize for that rude outburst.
But seriously, I do apologize for all the venting and rants that I have done among the videos here. Don't hate against me, period, because people have the right to vent. I'm serious.
My first least favorite of all time.
Everybody's gonna feel it among the other pendant up feelings. Alright. Thank you all for watching, and have a good, safe day.
I think I might just have pulled a nerve. No, sorry, Chris just struck. I'm just continuing. I'm going to continue because you know what?
On March 22nd,
Oh yeah, that's right. There we go.
an individual named Patrick posted a complaint on a product bought from Chris's Etsy store, writing that the item had not been sent after 3 weeks of purchase and had to contact Etsy directly to ask for a refund. After which time Patrick was contacted by Christine, who then promptly gave them the refund. On March 23rd, Chris broadcasted a 23-minute playthrough of the PS4 game Destiny on YouTube. She had a seeming issue with her microphone, resulting in an absence of anything audible from her side, with only the in-game audio accompanying the video. She apologized for this in a video uploaded the following day.
I've just realized that apparently my mic in my camera have been temporarily disabled. I didn't realize that. I should have unplugged the keypad from my controller because apparently, you know, it has a little headphone thing that goes into the jack on the controller.
Good job, dumbass. Also, if I was just about to make a suggestion, Chris, just buy some headphones with a microphone on them. That usually works better.
I should have just unplugged it in the first place. That's why. Okay? Yeah. So again, I apologize for that. I'll just remember for future streaming broadcasts, I'll just leave this thing unplugged. I mean, it's a great thing to have, you know, for similar to what we originally had for PS3 with the keypad that was on top. Okay, well, let's just let y'all know. Thank you. Have a good day.
On March 27th, Christine livestreamed a question and answer session on YouTube, answering a given list of questions, which were curated by an unknown so-called associate.
And today we are going to do some nerdy Q&A, because I consider myself a bit of a nerd anyhow. Alright, so, question 1, do I consider myself a nerd?
Just a word of advice, that I feel like that's an insult towards nerds.
A nerd girl. Yes, very much so, because I'm very well read. I got good scores throughout high school and college, and all that sort of good stuff. If I could date any nerd girl, who would it be? Well, considering I had to look up a few other nerd girls, I got a short list here. If I could, I would date either Carrie Bryan or Morgan Webb. Anyway, also, if I could go on a date with either Daphne or Velma from Scooby-Doo, who would I pick? Velma. Velma. Here you go, me and Velma. Diddle-diddle-doo. We go making out.
For God's sake, Chris, why?
Yep.
Why?
In my dreams, we make out. And we have sex.
What? But Daphne's underage anyway. I'm not even thinking about this.
Anyway, why am I the perfect girlfriend for a nerdy girl? Well, I got a lot to feature. I mean, I'm constantly overlooked and underappreciated as the lesbian trans woman that I am. And if you look at my face and you keep me...
You know what? I've got, you know, guys. I've got an interesting game we're going to play. We're going to play a very quick game of how can he sink any lower. You already played this game. We've never done this before. It's a game called Can He Sink Any Lower? So I'm going to put my headphones to one side, and for the next 3 minutes, I am just going to play this just to work out what he's going to say, because I can guarantee you he's going to look like an idiot, no matter what. So let's give this a try. Okay, so he claims he's an overlooked treasure. I bet he does. Well, let's see what else he's got to add to that.
And you talk to me, come up to me and talk to me. You find out I'm definitely quite pleasant and easygoing to hang around with.
I doubt that, Chris.
And I'm definitely
think so.
quite busty in other features as well. And being about 5'11", if you're shorter, then I can reach up and help you there. Get the what's high up.
You know what? Actually, you know what? Forget it. I want to hear this come out of his mouth. I do not trust his subtitles.
Shorter, then I can reach up and help you there. Get the what's high up on the shelf. But anyway, be pleasant and quite easygoing like that. It's all good. Anyway, design perfect nerd body. How does it relate to me? Alright, well, the body of perfect nerd girlfriend, I'd say slim to average. She can have some fat, but not too much fat.
I feel, guys. I feel like I want to die. I feel like Chris is just. Why did I have this unplugged? I should have had this plugged in a while ago. Chris is actively taking the piss now. We've still got 12 minutes to go. What on earth? He's just making fun of us at this point. He's saying this stuff because he knows that what he's saying is bullshit. Everything about Chris is bullshit.
Alright. And I would say C-cup breasts minimum. D would be preferred. Because I've realized the difference between C and D more recently. Hair color is not a factor here, but I don't know, shade of blue hair would be fun that we match, but I think I would like brunettes very much, yeah. Anyway, so that's 10 Q&A nerd questions for initially. If I find more questions I can put more thought and detail into that I could answer, my associate will put that together for me. But until my next live streaming, whenever that'll be, thank y'all for watching and have a good, safe day.
On March 28th, Arthur Spatchcock and Christine had their last recorded interview session. Even though it was fully transcribed and made available to read on the Quickie, there is no known audio or video recording available. It can be gathered from the transcript that it was in fact a video interview with Chris visible to Spatchcock. Arthur revealed that his superiors who were planning on producing Sonichu merchandise grew impatient and declined the contract, and Arthur, keeping his promise, quit his job. He was still interested in helping Chris with promoting Sonichu in any possible capacity. They then discussed playing more video games together, and then talked about the possible financial prospects of making Let's Play videos. On the final day of March, it was revealed that Christine had been watching a series of YouTube videos concerning stimulation of breast growth and conversion of genders through the listening of binaural beats, or ambient frequencies designed to theoretically influence a person's mind or body in specific ways. Chris left a comment on one of the videos, writing that she enjoyed the so-called song and asked if it were available as a download in the MP3 format. On others, she asked for advice for growing larger breasts and asked about making thumbnails for certain videos more neutral. On April 4th, Christine live-streamed a video showing her routine for encouraging breast growth.
Anyway, this video 18 and up, you've been with the title 18 plus, so if you're not that old, okay, so yeah, talking about breast massage. So, tiny tease, but still, you can definitely see I'm there. Oh, and just to make sure everybody knows for positive, and this will take into account my recent experiments with these subliminals, so you might see a slight increase from previous measurements. The measuring tape?
I'm going to try my best not to look at
I just had a shower, so a little wet. It's a little bit over 44 and a half. So, from 40 to 44, the 4-inch difference confirms that I am indeed a D cup. Because I'm looking to increase my breast size, I have looked into various try-home techniques, of which I have been very persistent upon, including supplements and whatnot. But definitely among which is the way of massaging. So from what I've tried to figure out from one or two videos I watched that talk about massaging like this, I couldn't put heads or tails together. For a few, this is kind of freeform also, so it's like I go squeeze them from the top upwards. I make sure I'm cupping my breasts all the way. So I do this. You can do this for as long as you feel like on each side of this octagon here. So anyway, you want to do top first. Doing it all at once, but spread your fingers wide all the way out and so anyway, once again, that's up, right, yep. And you do each part for as long as you feel like, until your fingers get tired. And you keep this out, you do this for like a minimum of 5 minutes or so. I have I am also aware about how people hate on women who nurse feed their babies and children in public. I support the women on being able to do that. Even in public or in the privacy of their home, wherever, they should be allowed to very much to feed their children.
Don't take this the wrong way, Chris, but I'm not entirely sure they need your permission. In fact, since your breasts are non-functional in any way, i.e. they can't give milk, I don't think it's necessarily male or female. I don't think you specifically, Chris, should be allowed to input your decision on this. This hasn't got anything to do with you, so stop it.
The way they want to, if it means revealing themselves. So,
for Chris's own sexual gratification, no less.
All the power to y'all. Of course, I still support very much the choice of how whether or not women want to wear a bra or not. Free the nipple. I support your choices very much. Although in my expert opinion, I feel like considering the breasts will tend to droop down as the years go on. Yeah, I think that's definitely the better reason why I feel like the best reason to definitely wear a brassiere for support and keeping them up here instead of down here. That's crazy.
Two things. One, no, you're crazy, Chris. That's the only one crazy here. Second, if I had the time to go over the logistics of everything wrong he just said, I'm not even doing that. I can't be bothered to do that. It's like I said, it's not my room to talk about this either, so I'll just keep quiet.
Alright, well that's all for now, so thank you and have a good safe day.
The next day, she posted a paid birthday greeting to a certain Martin.
I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I've been so busy with life changes and everything. But anyway, your friend paid for me to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you had a very nice and pleasant birthday. You are a special guy, Martin. Special guy to this birthday. Everybody wish you a happy birthday. We hope you had a safe and pleasant one. Anyway, thank y'all for your support over there in Australia. Have a great and safe day.
At around the same time, future political author and activist Candace Owens launched a page on the crowdfunding site Kickstarter to help gather funds to create an anti-bullying website called Social Autopsy, intended to catalog the identities of convicted internet trolls and cyberbullies to help curb the crisis. In the video created to pitch the idea, a troll-created fictitious newspaper clipping was used, stating that Christian Chandler had committed suicide because of the bullying he had endured. On April 11th, Christine created a meme based on a well-known internet-based image macro. Remember when haters kept their hate to themselves, and the people were not having to distance themselves emotionally from the feedback, because the words did hurt them terribly? Remember also of when the rule of, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, was well understood within better reason? Pepperidge Farms remembers, and more importantly, Sonichu, Roastechu, and Christine Chandler remembers. Maybe you'll donate some money to them, be patient with the artist and author, and receive a gift for the large donation. Maybe this will all blow over. Maybe Miss Christine will feel more peace of mind. Maybe Sonichu and Roastechu will be more popular than the author/creator. Maybe there will be drawn and written backstories for each character. Miss Christine is an artist. She needs time, energy, and kind support to recover and create.
I've already had one meltdown this video. I'm not having another one. So let's just move past this.
The next day, Christine made a video in which she asks for monetary donations in exchange for gifts.
So, yeah, got some financial problems coming up and about right now, so I mean, y'all don't have to buy anything. Donations, with every person being able to donate at least a
And, ladies and gentlemen, this is where it all begins. The financial crisis. Oh boy, this has been a long time coming, but we're finally up to this very crucial point in Chris's history. Oh my god, this is almost karma for me for what he just said 20 minutes ago. Now I've got something to look forward to for part 50. Oh my
dollar. Y'all can help me and my mother find a piece of home and be able to help take care of our expenses and everything. Anyhow, so since I pretty much am reaching out to everybody for donations, I just want to remind everybody that donations under $10. Pretty much the only thing I can offer from there is your name in the back of the book or on the page of the book. But essentially, aside from that, I just want to remind everybody of the donations levels.
Chris then lists off the various donation tiers and their corresponding rewards, which ranged from $10 up to $500.
But anyway, I'm just a single person trying to help provide for this family, and I can only do so much and get money in and whatnot, so your donations are a real great help. So please, donate as much as you can, even if it's a little $1 per person. Every little bit helps. And if you can donate big, that would be really greatly appreciated. Very much. All for the peace of mind, so I can get back into drawing and have more, and be able to be feeling so much better about life and everything, in addition to me feeling better about myself, even though I am, and I'm having a more positive outlook on life. And I'm not reading any of those comments either, so you may as well stop right there. Anyhow, so please go to the listing below. Go to the Etsy listing of donations, a donation page that'll be listed below this video, and donate as much as you can. Thank you. Y'all have a good, safe day. Wrong button.
With the grim reality slowly coming to surround her, Christine had to deal with making the unwanted choice between doing what she needed to do and doing what she wanted to do. A financial crisis restricted her from enjoying a lackadaisical lifestyle. Sooner or later, Chris would have to realize that the carefree life of a child was no longer an option for her.
Oh, boy, thank you so much, Gino. Oh. Now, guys, you may think that I'm slightly basking in the fact that the financial crisis is coming up, and there's no doubt that there are going to be some horrible things that Chris is going to drop to in the next couple of episodes. Well, probably by 50 and 51. But quite frankly, I don't care. After all he said and all of the nonsense, I think it's fair to say this is karma. And Chris isn't entirely unblameless, because his mother was taken to court and was fined for credit card debts. She's as irresponsible as well. But you know what? That shouldn't encourage his own Chris to do the same. And quite frankly, Chris he chose this lifestyle. Think of it, ladies and gentlemen. He chose to do the things in this video. Bob had nothing to do with this. So, no, I don't feel sorry for Chris, and I feel somewhat relieved in saying that, because just Jesus Christ, that the thing he said in that autism tutorial commentary, I feel like, oh god, I'm gonna play that ending one more time. I just want to do that again, just one more time, and then we'll stop. Just because this was always going to happen, but let's just do it one more time.
Y'all have a good, safe day. Wrong button.
With the grim reality slowly coming to surround her, Christine had to deal with making the unwanted choice between doing what she needed to do and doing what she wanted to do. A financial crisis restricted her from enjoying a lackadaisical lifestyle. Sooner or later, Chris would have to realize that the carefree life of a child was no longer an option for her.
Okay, so your guess is as good as mine as to what exactly is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think Chris is going to do? Well, I'll let you judge for yourself, because right now I desperately need some time for rest. So, thank you very much again, once again, for in watching this reaction video to part 49. Thank you so much. Actually, if Gino is doing these 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I don't quite know when he's going to do part 50, but it could be coming up on my birthday or possibly just the week after. So that might be a little bit of an early. That would be a birthday treat if he could somehow do it in the next 2 weeks. I'm not banking on it, but you know what? Well, every cloud and all that. Anyway, thank you so much again, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope to see all of you guys again for part 50. Wow, have we come a long way.